Today we start at mile 73.5 and hike to Brushy Creek Mountain Shelter at mile 90.4. The elevation changes today are more than the previous day. Total elevation changes include 3,107 feet of uphill and 3,350 feet of downhill over a total distance of 17.1 miles, which includes the side trail to the shelter.
All right, good morning. Had a good night here at a campsite here in the woods. It's 8 o'clock. We're at mile 73.5. And today we don't know exactly what kind of mileage we're going to get. We're pretty sore from starting out yesterday on a 16-mile day. So we'll go at least 6 or 8 miles, but we're shooting for 16 miles. So we'll know more about that later in the day and see how we feel. So we kind of got worn down a little bit. Yesterday we was walking in on all the wet feet all day, most of the day, so that kind of added to some of the fatigue and stress. So we're gonna set out and we'll meet you up the trail here. Just trying to document a lot of these water sources since we're heading into this dry section of this trail. The only bad thing is those water conditions can change, you know, day by day and week by week. We were pretty fortunate that this area got a lot of rain, or a decent amount of rain recently, so the mountain here is pretty saturated. So I think we got lucky. We each had a extra 2-liter water bladder that we brought to be able to carry extra 2 liters. So we did not fill them up because I think we're going to be okay. We've got about, I don't know, 9 or 10 miles to another known good source of water, and we're carrying about 3 liters each. So we should be good. We're around the 76.5 mark here. Kind of going through a nice little part of the trail. still pretty rocky. It is hot and humid. We just passed mile marker 81. Shooting for about 9 more miles today, which is maybe a tall order because it's 2:15 in the afternoon. Really humid. We're a little bit tired. We'll see. We're gonna press on. If we fall short of that, we'll camp wherever we are. Probably depends on how we feel at the end of the day. We could hike up into the night if we need to. But if our bodies don't feel like it, we will just pull over and camp. I think we've done around 7.5 miles so far for the day. Some of the trail is a little overgrown, I can show you. They've done a good job, but this is in front of me right now. There's parts of this where we kind of have to find a way around. But big shout out to Foot, Friends of the Ouachita Trail. These people do an amazing job of maintaining this trail. I know we're kind of in the off season for the trail and not a whole lot of maintenance gets done, you know, from May to September, since this is more of a shoulder season trail. And I see why. You probably wouldn't want to come on this trail in later part of May or June or July. Really, you probably wouldn't want to come even right now in May. It's a little extreme. So definitely would suggest somewhere between late October and probably late March to mid-April. Probably try to stay in that time frame. Just had a pretty long break. Second lunch, as we call it. 4:22 now. It was probably about a 30-minute break. Air out her feet. Michaela's retreated her blisters again, and then I found out that I have a blister on the end of one of my middle toes. So I drained that blister and put some tape over it. I think we've got about 6.5 miles left for the day. We stumbled up on a black bear just a little bit ago, so that's the first bear for us. This bear was probably 30 to 40 yards from us. I think the bear heard us coming and took off running. CJ never seen a big animal move that fast. And then looked like it was climbing a tree or something. We was having a hard time spotting it. And then Michaela was able to see it through a couple trees, and I'm trying to be quiet enough. I was trying to be quiet to video the bear, so I really like to get one on film, and then we finally gave up on that and moved on. In case you were wondering if there was any poison ivy on this trail, everything green that you're looking at pretty much is poison ivy. So we're at about 88.2 or 88.3, and we got our first trail magic of this trip. So that's going to be nice. A little bit of Gatorade. I think we're probably okay on water, but there's some water here too. So whoever left that, big thank you, and we'll enjoy some Gatorade. Alright, we're finally rolling into Big Brush Shelter. It's a long day. We did 17.1 miles today. Big Brush Shelter here just off of mile 90.4, and then a little extra detour to get up to here to it. Looks like a pretty nice shelter. We only used the headlamp for maybe the last 5 minutes or so. But we're pretty wiped out. Pretty exhausted, so we're gonna sleep good tonight, and probably won't be able to move when we wake up in the morning. I didn't mention that this morning, but I didn't think I'd be able to walk this morning. When I got out of the hammock, I couldn't even walk. But after a couple minutes, I loosened up, and we did the 17.1 anyway. So pretty big accomplishment for us. we will catch y'all in the morning on the next part of the trail.